Hey everybody, welcome back. This video is going to be for teams 20 to 11 for weeks 11 and 12 for the SICHL video power rankings. And here we go. At number 20 we have the Stockholm Cougars. Hey, they jumped up a couple of spots. I didn't hear back from Tom, so I won't exactly be able to say too many things. But they seem to be rebuilding, and they're off to a pretty good start, I guess you could say. Yeah, they're unlikely to be a playoff team, but they have gone 4-5-1 in their last 10, so they're not lying down. So good for them. I hope to see good things on the future for Stockholm, and I know those that follow the power rankings know that the Cougars are not like me. They don't stay down for too long. So yeah, it's great. Good job, Tom. Sheetal. Also didn't hear back from Sheetal. But man, the Tigers are sticking in it. They're 4-4-2 in their last 10, and they're only 2 points out of the playoffs. So I know we're all hoping for Sheetal to finally get in there. He's close. He's got some good young players in there. He's 2 points back of the crunch, and the Buckaroos are 1 point back of the crunch. So a very close playoff race is heating up in the World Conference, especially with St. Louis maybe on the downward trend. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Well, so that is Stockholm and Chicago. And number 18, speaking of St. Louis, let's go to them. At number 18, we have the St. Louis Spartans. And Sean, here's what Sean had to say. I said, I think this was initially a conversation where I said, hey, you're doing pretty well and this year. And he said, yeah, well, just wait. The wheels are coming off any day now. And then he reiterated, I think my last comment pretty much sums up how I feel about the Spartans. Just waiting for the wheels to fall off. Well, of course, he made a big splash with making a trade with Chasm of the Millionaires, trading the league's current top point getter and probably MVP candidate, Patrice Bergeron. So it looks like some changes on the horizon, certainly for the Spartans, and they seem to have, maybe the glass slipper has fallen off, and their coach is now turning into a pumpkin. Or no, wait, the pumpkin turns into a... Wait a minute, what happens? Do they start as a nice pumpkin? It seems crazy that a pumpkin that big... I need to go back and rewatch Cinderella one of these days. I don't remember the details. Essentially, the Spartans were doing well, and now they are not doing well. And if you would like to voice your concerns about my lack of Disney knowledge, please, I accept all feedback. dollars@gmail.com. All right, let's move on. I didn't hear back from Pat, but the Slammers are all of a sudden red hot. They are 8-10. 8-2. 8-10 wouldn't be red hot. 8-2 in their last 10, and they are seriously contending for a playoff spot now. They're only 5 points back of the Huskies, and they've kind of cleared their way up. They were well down there early in the rankings, and they seem to have really emerged lately. And of course, this is unsurprising to a lot of people because Pat has won the championship, albeit some years ago. But he always seems to manage to understand the sim really well and maximize his output. I know he's made some trades recently. Most notably, Nicholas Backstrom is now a member of the Dublin Shamrocks, which is a huge move because he's been with the Slammers for a really long time. And in return, Pat got Connor Garland, Martin Frick, Dustin Wolf, and a first-round pick of Dublin in 2023. So pretty good haul for a pretty good player. So hopefully that trade works out for both teams. Nice job, Pat. I hope you're doing well. All right, let's move on. We're moving on from Pat to Portland. JD, the Portland Buckaroos, I have at 16th. They kind of done okay. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10. They've had a real roller coaster of a season. They've had stretches where they've looked like an elite team, and they have a very strong lineup. And then they've had instances where they're kind of in the middle of the rankings, which is where they find themselves now. And here's what JD has to say. He says, I'm realistically optimistic. The Buccos, that's a good nickname, the Buccos started slow out of the gate, but the ride is 8 seconds long. Carter Hart struggled in net early, but is improving. The trade for Mike Smith and Justin Williams has brought some veteran stability while dealing with significant injuries. I should mention former Hamburg Gladiators, Justin Williams and Mike Smith, so I hope they are doing well. And I do want to note that the Gladiators and the Buccos played today, and Thatcher Demko is injured. So I am sorry about that. I seem to injure a lot of teams, probably because the other teams score so much on me, they sort of trip over each other trying to get, pad their stats or something. JD also continues. Ryan Pulak, Thomas Chabot, Evander Kane, and now Darnell Nurse have all missed significant games due to injury. Chabot is back in the lineup, and reserves have done well as replacements. Yeah, I can agree with that. JD finishes with hoping to get healthy and challenge for the top of the division. I can see that happening. The Buccos have a good lineup, and JD seems to be getting a good feel for the sim. So best of luck to him. And let's move on. We've got